me combo ni celebu. Boneka pe simpo ma kimpulu wensa ni nebo. Combo ni celebu. Wero yadi kalanjila lensa la pakaila me combo ni celebu.
Hi, hello, welcome to Bulela podcast. My name is Ingutu, and on my podcast, I share music reviews, I do album reviews, and I mostly focus on artists from Zambia or of Zambian heritage living in the diaspora. And yeah, and this is one of those moments where I'm giving you an entire EP review. It's from an artist who I interviewed recently for my podcast. Her name is Namvula, and I am reviewing her EP, All Shades of the Sun. It's 22 minutes long. It's got 5 songs, and yeah, let's get into it. I like everything about this EP. Otherwise, I one wouldn't have done the interview. Two, I wouldn't have taken out the time to listen and form an opinion that I'm willing to share with my listeners. I love the instrumentation for practically all of her songs. She uses a lot of, traditional drums, acoustics. Her choruses are really, really something I've fallen in love with in this album. For all of her songs, all of her songs have yes, different messaging. It's mellow. It's relaxing. Even her style of delivery. It's not all like sing-songy. I don't know if that sounds bad, but she's not trying to impress us with her amazing vocal range. She wants you to focus, yes, on the messaging, but then also how she uses, the different instruments. So some of it, yes, is very, you will, you identify it immediately, like, okay, this sounds familiar. This sounds something like what we would do in Zambia. I'm going to be brave enough and maybe say maybe a bit of Kalindula influence, but maybe not. But really, you pick it up in the music. And there's a song where she has I can't really say what the conversation is about, but you quickly pick up it's a man and he's speaking in the background. He's got a very Zambian accent. Um, and just her use of all these sounds is also like little clips of actual sound depending on where it was recorded. But really, then also she's got what I think or what I will bravely say or dub is West African influence. And personally, I love how she's in and out with the instrumentation. Yes, she will pull you in because she does this sort of like, okay, I'm not going to call it soft and gentle, but it's very not very laid back, but it's easy. It's easy to follow. It's easy to hear. And she's using a variety of language too. There's some French in there. Then she takes it back to Zambia, which is something I'm super super um proud of. Obviously, she has a very well, I'm going to say multicultural background as well as upbringing, so it's not really entirely shocking that she's using French one instance, she's back in English, she's using Zambian languages. So she's really giving us a sample into her talent also as a songwriter. um and you can kind of see where her creative direction is. It's an album you will play it once, you will play it again. It's something that you could easily, very easily have playing in the background when you're working at your computer. I love this also because sometimes I get really wrapped up in the, is it music that's making me dance, because maybe most of the time I'm thinking about my workout playlist, or I'm thinking about just looking for happiness and joy. But then I think there's also happiness and joy, yes, not necessarily through movement, but listening to music that relaxes you, that and it does that. Yes, it's very it's mellow, yes. And like I said, it's got like West African, it's got Kalindula influences, really, really. I mean, I'll let you listen to her interview, and I think she also gives a little bit more insight why the songs, why the selection of beats, and it's not just it's I'm gonna be brave here and say that it's not all computer generated. There's actual people playing the instrument. So I think something that will be also very interesting is to, watch her perform this live, She did mention in my interview that maybe she's not doing that many live shows just because, in her personal life she's got other responsibilities, but maybe she does. And the people who would go to a live show and watch her perform this with her band, I think that would be really amazing to watch how they bring all of this together for a live show. But anyways, personally, I've listened to this album not once, not twice. I've had it playing actually since before I interviewed her last year. I've listened to it more recently because I was like, okay, yes, so if I'm doing any review, totally makes sense to do a review of an album of an artist I've just interviewed, you know. So yeah, it's an album that I like. And we like to do something in our home where when we come back from our day of work, school, etc, just at the end of the day, just to close things off, we like to play music that's sort of like it's chill and mellow. Normally we'll play like some classical music or something, but this is definitely an album we're adding to our playlist for music that just relaxes us and helps us chill. So what is my review? I think you can sort of like guess what my review is. I haven't done entire album reviews in a while. I've just done a lot of videos, but I would give this album a 7.5 out of 10, and I'm completely, completely pleased with it, and for all the reasons that I've said. And I'm super, super excited for you to check it out and listen as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. You can reach me on the Facebook page for my podcast. There's a link in my bio, or you can just subscribe to my website. You'll find a form there, and you never miss an update. I will catch you in the next episode of Bulela podcast, and thanks for taking your time to listen and support my podcast. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.